Hi, I'm Caitlin, and this is Book Chats, and today I am very belatedly doing the wedding book tag. The wedding book tag was created by Rebecca from Why Mermaids almost a year ago, and she tagged me in her original tag video almost a year ago, and I took this way too seriously, and that is why I'm finally answering it now. But it is wedding season again. I thought it was a perfect time to finally get around to answering these questions. I really enjoyed, once I finally got around to it and stopped being so serious, answering these questions. So all of these questions are kind of modeled around parts of a wedding, and Rebecca was really careful to be kind of open to different genders and pairings in her original phrasing of the questions, but I am going to use very heteronormative phrasing in my answering of the questions because that's how I'm going to answer the questions. But I will put the original questions in the doobly-doo and let you guys know at the end who I've tagged. The first question is, who is your fiancé? Which fictional character would you want to marry? When I was really honest with myself, I had to admit that it's Michael Hosea from Redeeming Love. And I want to be clear with you guys, I haven't read this book in 10 years, so I don't know if I would still choose him, but based on my memory of him, it would absolutely be him. Number 2, engagement. What is your favorite romantic scene you want as your engagement? This was really like, once I thought about it, like duh, the second proposal in Pride and Prejudice. When I read this proposal, the second proposal, not the first, the second Darcy proposal, so the third overall proposal in the book, man, Elizabeth gets proposed to a lot. I love this proposal so much for what it symbolizes and the way that both characters, Elizabeth Bennet and Fitzwilliam Darcy, have changed for the better because of each other and have become a better fit for each other through the course of the book, and I feel like this proposal really symbolizes that. Number 3, the venue. What book location would you want to marry at? Rivendell. Honestly, who wouldn't want to be married in Middle-earth in general, but Rivendell in particular, because it's beautiful, and once the elves abandon it, it's totally up for grabs, and I think you could have a great business having weddings there. Number 4 is catering. Which book's food do you want at your fictional wedding? This was really hard to answer, like way harder than it should have been, because I feel like all the time I'm reading books and I'm like, I'm so hungry because these people are talking about food. But then like when you're like, oh, I need food for my wedding, you can't think of any of them. But then I was like, you know what I would really like? I would really like the food that they talk about in Bone Gap. And this is not just an excuse to talk about Bone Gap again, even though I'm total Bone Gap trash, and you know, guys know I talk about this all the time. There's 2 kinds of things that are talked about in this book food-wise. One of the protagonists or points of view, Rosa, they talk about her food and the way that it kind of tastes like home, and just like it's talked about in a way that makes the food just sound like it's full of love. And I want the food at my fictional wedding, yeah, totally be full of love. And then one of the other characters is she and her family live at a bee farm, and they have Hippie Queen honey and Hippie Queen kind of like honey desserts, and I would love some of those Hippie Queen honey desserts at my fictional wedding. So Bone Gap, you didn't know that you would love the food, but you do. I know you're all sitting there like, she just wanted to talk about Bone Gap again, because she just talks about Bone Gap all the time, every 3rd video. The 5th question is Maid of Honor. Which character would be your Maid of Honor? I feel like I should have a better answer than this, but I think because I was reading Golden Sun / Morning Star when I was writing this, I was like, oh duh, I want Mustang there, because then she can help me with the guest list, she can help make sure that I don't offend anyone, she can make sure that all the strategy is out, and then, you know, if my fictional wedding should happen to be attacked by someone, she's also really good with one of those razor sword things, so generally an all-around great Maid of Honor, I'm just saying. And then 6 is best man. Which character would be best man? I'm gonna be real, guys. I'm choosing Tobias Eaton so I can set him up with my best friend Laura, because he's totally spoiler, he's totally single now and totally ready to be set up with my best friend, and he's totally her type, and I think they would just be a great couple. And since it's my fictional wedding, so I've already got someone, then I gotta make sure she's set up with someone too, so what better way than making him the best man? You can thank me later, Laura. 7 is Bridesmaids or Groomsmen. You can pick them, you can pick some, you can pick all, whatever. I've just chosen 2, and then kind of I want you guys to give me suggestions. So the 2 that I've chosen are Jenya from the Grish trilogy, because she can make everybody look gorgeous, and Alice from Twilight, because she can foresee any problems. Magic! She's welcome to foresee whatever she would like and any danger, you know, that we Mustang would then have to prepare for as my maid of honor. I don't know why I'm planning this wedding as if it's going to be super violent, but apparently my fictional wedding is very violent, guys. So in addition to Jenya and Alice, I was thinking, I really need a bridesmaid who's like totally going to get everyone out there on the dance floor. So let's be real, dancing is one of the best parts of real wedding receptions. I couldn't think off the top of my head when I was going through this, like a character who would be a great bridesmaid or groomsman and would really get everyone to the dance floor. But if you guys have suggestions, I'm super, super open to that. So suggest me your bridesmaid or groomsman who would be great at dancing and would be great at giving everyone else dancing. Question number 8, dress or tux? What are you wearing? Okay, so here's the thing, guys. I think this was a real thing. I think this was a real dress. I might have imagined it. The 3rd book in the Starbound trilogy, which I can't even remember what it's called right now, which is terrible. But the 3rd book in the Starbound trilogy by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, in my head, there was a dress at one of the events that the color of the dress would change to match your mood. And it was a thing, like it was a real thing, and I think it was in actually like an early scene, so maybe it wasn't even a dress, maybe it was like a jacket or something. Anyway, I remember there being a dress, and I want that dress. I want that dress to be my fictional wedding dress because that dress is awesome. And if that dress is not actually in that book, and I just made it up out of whole cloth, then whatever, it's my fictional wedding, and I can wear whatever I want. 9, the theme, also known as the book that I could have answered for every single other question in this entire tag. Maybe not Fiancé, but everything else. It all could have been from this book. Because I love this book so much, and genuinely, honestly, this is my backup theoretical future wedding theme. The Night Circus. Oh, sorry, the question is which book's look or feel do you want for your wedding? The Night Circus, the Night Circus, the Night Circus, the Night Circus. The whole bridal party's in black and white. Ask the guests to wear black and white. Give them red carnations or scarves. They can be reviewers. The whole reception can be themed for the Night Circus. The food can be the Night Circus. Anyway, I know I said all these other things would be my fictional food and dress and etc. But you guys know you could totally do an entirely Night Circus themed wedding and it would be awesome. And especially for a fictional, because you can have that sweet dress that like changes colors when you're next to the other people, or you can have that other dress that like goes from like white to black and like perfect shades of gray, or like just basically the whole book is perfect and everything about the imagery and setting of the book is perfect. And that is why it would be an excellent theme for my fictional wedding. Oh, and 10th and final question, honeymoon. Which book is your honeymoon location? This is probably why my wedding party has such great skills of combat, despite the fact that my wedding party will not be on my honeymoon with me. Anyway, but B is a really weird choice. But I'm going to sell it to you guys because I think it's the right choice. And that is the battle room from Ender's Game. Because who wouldn't want an awesome honeymoon on like a little station, and then you can go in the middle, and like on the station you have like gravity because it rotates or whatever, so you have fake gravity, but then you can go in the middle and be like weightless, yeah, and you can like play this awesome game where like nobody actually gets killed, but like you freeze each other, and there's like, it's like laser tag for your honey. I mean, trust me guys, it would be awesome. You know it would be awesome. And I think both traditional honeymoon activities and non-traditional honeymoon activities like laser tag in space would be very well suited to this location. And that is why the battle room / battle station for battle training school, whatever it is, from Ender's Game and Ender Shadow would be my fictional wedding's fictional honeymoon location. Thank you so much to Rebecca for creating this tag, which was actually, once I stopped taking it so seriously, so much fun to answer the questions on. Thank you so much for tagging me. I'm so sorry it took me almost an entire year to actually answer. And because of that, I can't remember who was tagged in the original kind of go around, who already answered this in the original go around. So I'm going to tag a bunch of people. And if any of you have already done this before, I'm so sorry. Just link me down below and be like, I already did it. And I will be like, I'm so sorry, I'll watch it. But I would love to see your answers if you did already do it. And if you haven't already done it, please do it because I would love to see your answers. And so the people I tag are going to be Casey from A Basket Casey Reads, Maddie from My Name is Maddinez, because I feel like you'd have a really interesting wedding. Jenna from Jenna Claire K, Hamilton wedding, question mark. Lara from Verity Lane. Cece from Problems of a Book Nerd, who I've just started to get to know on Twitter and who I feel like would have so many different answers from me and therefore so many interesting answers. Last but not least, because I know she's planning her real wedding, Kayla from Kayla Rain. I would love to see any and all of you answer these. In addition, if you watch this and you were like, the wedding tag, I've never heard of that, and it's super fun. First, check out Rebecca's channel because she's awesome and her answers were way better than mine because she's basically awesome. And secondly, please feel free to do this tag because I think it is super fun and I really enjoyed it and I think it's really adaptable. You can answer it as a man or a woman. You can answer it as someone who wants to marry a man or a woman or a, you know, non-binary gendered person. If you agree or disagree with any of my options, / please recommend to me your bridesmaid and groomsmen who are great at dancing and getting other people to dance down below in the comments. Bye.